Hello, this is Cheetah Academy. My name is Grant. In today's lesson, we'll be looking at the HTML tags, and then we'll be looking at how to, write these tags constructively. You want to construct the tag in such a way that it is readable by other programmers. Understand? You don't want to just write the code anyhow. Then we'll be looking at the different section of HTML. In HTML, we have the head and the body section in HTML. Now, let's start. Before you start writing your HTML document, you need to first define a type of document, which is a doc type or cap. HTML. Now, you will also have your HTML you have your HTML here, you open and closing tab. You open and you close, or in HTML documents, you always open and you close the document. For example, here in HTML, we've opened here this tag, and here we're closing the tag also. Now, in HTML, these tags, HTML tag is seen as the overall. This is the base, this is the foundation of HTML. Every other tags or code we put in inside this HTML will be in between this HTML, the opening and closing tag. Every other code we put in inside of this our web page will be inside, in between, will come in between the HTML tags. And I told you earlier that in HTML we have the opening, the head and the body tag, which is divided into two sections. Now let's define that. Here we have a head. And also don't forget to always close your tags. Here, this is the opening tag for the head, and this is the closing tag. Now, let's also define the body tag. This is also the opening body tag and the closing body tag. Now, there are stuffs or codes that go into the head tag, and there are also other codes that go into the body tag. Let's first of all look at the head tag. Things that goes into the head tag are things like the title, you always open and close your tags, the title. So we can pretty much name our web page anything we want to name it. And if you notice, I always indent what I'm doing. I always indent it. Like I said, here in HTML, here you have the HTML, like I said, is the overall. Meaning HTML is the overall. In the HTML, you have your opening and closing tag. Like I said, everything we are doing will go into this tag, into these HTML tags. And now we have the head section, and you find that I indented it. In the head section, I indented it. This is so that it can be readable, whichever programmer, probably if a programmer comes to look at my work now, they will look at it and they will find that, yes, I indented this place, and here's the head tag. And now, because let's just do it this way. The HTML here is like, let's say, is like the grandparent of all these other tags. And let's say the head tag here now is the parent. And let's just say that the title here now is kind of the children, the child of the head. Let's say this title is a child, the head is the parent, and the HTML here is the grandparent. So it's something like that. Now let's let's find what to put in the body tag. The body tag, there are a whole lot of tags or codes you can put in the body tag, but I'm going to teach you the relevant ones. For example, we have the header. H1. Now this header, you can say hello students. You can say hello students in your header. This header now, this is like in your web page, the topic like is always bold. This header 1. We have the header 1, we have the header 2. We have header 1, we have header 2, we have header 3, 4, 5, and 6. The header 1 is usually very big. The header 2 is, just subsequently. But I'm going to show you an example of what I mean. We're going to open this code on the browser so you see how it appears. But first, let's save our document. And, there are ways you save your HTML document. Let's say save. Here, I'll be calling my own document. Let me say index.html. Now, you can name your document whatever you want, but don't just forget that after naming them, don't forget to put your .html. This way, the browser will be able to recognize that you wrote a HTML code, and your browser will be able to execute it. Because if you don't put .html, it will just view it as a normal document, which your browser will not just recognize your codes or whatever you've done, the work you've done. So let's save this. Let's save this, and we're going to run this document. Now, these are for Chrome. I'm using Chrome to view this document on the browser. So you see, this is how it appeared. This is how it appeared, actually. Now, let's look at this. Here, the title. I want to show you something. The difference between the head section of our HTML and the body section. Here, this title. We've not actually put any title in our document. Here in this browser, you're seeing what we've saved it as. Here in the header, because this is pretty much how it is. Here, index.html. This is our file name, what we saved our document as. But when we impute a title, okay, let's put a title on our document. Let's call this the bank. Now, let's view this on our Chrome again and see what it looks like. I'm going to refresh it. Now you see that our index.html has changed to the bank. So in the head section, it looks like this is how browser, Google will, show your web page to people searching for it, viewing it. Probably someone searching for the bank. Your page will be among the list of other pages Google will list for whoever that is searching for anything related to bank. So the title, titling your page is always very important, because this is like a short description of what your page is all about. Now let's see, look at, now you observe that our H1, our header 1, hello student, is bold. You see that it's bold here, it's very bold. Now let's use h6. We have h1, h2, h3, h4, h5, h6. The h6 is the smallest, like it's not that big. Let's say h4. h4. Now let's refresh our Chrome again and see. Let's refresh our Chrome and see what it looks like. Now you see that when you refresh it, the letters becomes smaller. That is a H for H4 actually. This for H4. You can also do that for. It all depends on how you want your header to look like, how big or small you want it to look like. But the H1, this is actually what it does. It's basically what it does. Let's refresh this. Now you see it got smaller. So there, this is just basically what the header does. Let's change it back to H1. Now there are other tags that can also go into the body section of our documents. For example, we have the P paragraph. You can write this where you write just basically the content of your web page, the content, whatever you want to write there. You can say so this class is very interesting, and let's just view this on our browser and see how it appears. Let's refresh this. When you refresh this, you see the class is very interesting. Oh, I made a mistake with the very. Yes, created. This class is very interesting. So this is basically what the paragraph does. So this paragraph will just kind of, when you can write a whole lot here, and when it's time for you to, paragraph it, you just put another paragraph here. Then you continue writing. You continue writing what you're writing, but just know that it's going to paragraph. It's going to paragraph whatever you're doing. When you want to paragraph whatever you're doing, you just go down and put another paragraph. Let's refresh this. Just go down and put another paragraph. So it will just paragraph whatever we are doing here. So there's a whole lot of code. And another thing you should know that the way you arrange your codes here will determine how it will appear on the browser. For example, let's say we remove this paragraph here and we put it, let's say, before the header. So put it before the header. Then let's refresh this. Now you see that our paragraph appeared just right above our head, then header. But it's not the right format, actually. Your header needs to be the first thing, need to be the first topic your viewers will see before whatever content that is there. But I'm just trying to show you, give you an example of how whichever way you arrange your documents here, that's how it will appear on your browser. It's just basically what I have for you today. I'll see you in my next class. Please just, you should subscribe to my channel and click on the bell so that whenever I put up a new content, you'll be the first to see and know. And again, I will put in a whole lot of content. There are a whole lot of tags I will also be talking about. So I'll bring up more videos, and just subscribe, and I'll see you in my next class. You have a good day.